You were somewhat an early adapter, though, in mainstreaming the discussion of being
Yeah,
somebody who
oh,
would be on
oh,
television. And I mean, maybe it wasn't public, but I
you
certainly
haven't.
was, people certainly would say,
When
yeah, well, Bill smokes weed
when I
before he
was
goes
on
on the show. And I was
politically,
always thought that was pretty cool.
when I was on Politically
Yeah,
Incorrect,
yeah.
um, it was on ABC for the
Mhm.
last 6 years,
Yeah.
and this was the '90s, and they were hardcore about policing. Just talk about pot.
Yeah.
We had a yelling match once with the censors at ABC because we wanted to do a sketch called Harry Pothead.
Sure, sure.
And that was beyond the pale. And if I had anyone on the panel who agreed with me that pot's great
Mhm.
and is not harmful and should not be classified with acid and liquor's more harmful, all the obvious points
Mhm.
that sensible people have been making for decades, you had to have someone on the panel who would give you the countering argument.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So they would actually organize that in advance. You'd have to kind of. So what about actually smoking it though before you went on the air back on the ABC days? Was that something you had to kind of sneak out into the
No,
parking
I,
lot to
I
do, or?
never smoked before a show.
Oh, you don't?
I
Okay,
drank and
just during.
I drank and jerked off, but I never smoked.
So on this show you do, but on a broadcast show you don't. Or back then you didn't.
That is one of the main.
You don't have to answer this.
No,
So.
I'm happy to answer. I have no secrets.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Whenever they photograph me, I'm like, what are you photographing?
Yeah.
You're saying, get you shopping. So oh, you mean a man in his 60s is alone on the street walking? That's as interesting to you? I have no secrets. I'm not hiding a gay relationship. I'm not married. I'm not cheating. I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
Smoking pot,
Yeah.
which I've always been upfront about.
Yeah.
And I like girls. Get the fuck away from me.
Yeah. No, it's.
But
I'm not judging at all.
no,
I'm just kind of trying to get
no,
to the bottom.
I'm just saying. They used to be so uptight about just mentioning stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it was like I'm trying to think of what an analogy for today would be, like pedophilia or something. Just like just Nazism.
It was an amped up anti-drug era in the 80s with the "This Is Your Brain on Drugs" and Nancy Reagan and the egg and the frying pan, and it's like, that's my brain in a frying pan, frying my brain. So yeah,
so
I can see
true.
why people would have been a little worried about it with that sort of being constantly plugged into our minds. But yeah,
There was a billboard, I remember, on the way to LAX back when I was often on that road, that road that connects like the 405 to LAX.
Okay,
I can't remember it.
Right,
It's so long.
yeah.
But I was on it a zillion times, and there was a billboard, and it was like one of those "This Is Your Brain" but it was about Coke, and it showed a line, and every time I saw it, I was like, I'm not even a cokehead, and I want to do some coke now.
Yeah.
I mean, just seeing the line of Coke was
Right.
it's like
It was
seeing
sort of like an ad for cocaine.
it's like seeing the egg. I want eggs.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. No, it's well, that's